Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. This here's the Christian Trucker. Let's talk some business. Well, before we get into it, I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of video over there by my dad's camp on the Pearl River. You can see where that river has been eaten into the bank. It's already washed away a trailer, a house, both the boat ramps. So now they have to drive 20 minutes just to be able to launch their boat. But it is beautiful. One of his neighbors has been putting in the debris and making that bank a little bit taller over there. That's right down there where them logs are going down in the water right in front of me. That's where our boat ramp used to be. And it totally left. I mean, we've had so many floods over the last 12 months down there. It's been incredible. I just don't understand why it's so bad. Now, what we got into yesterday, we got into a world of trouble is what we got into. I've been postponing trying to replace the front door on my trailer house for a while. Well, yesterday, me and my driver, neither one of us had a load, so we got out there and we earned our money, and we had to tear apart that thing and rebuild the frame, and we managed to get it. I mean, he knows his stuff, and I was there trying to be a good, what do you call it? I was his employee yesterday, I guess you could say. He was the expert, and I was the novice. I was doing a little learning, and I was just trying to help. But we managed to get it all together over yesterday. But it turned out good. I still have to go back and put the molding on the outside to beautify it. But as far as bugs and stuff coming in, the only thing I have to do left as far as that is to put a new door sweep on the bottom to keep the bugs and trash and water from coming in on the bottom of the threshold. All right, that's enough of my personal stuff going on down there. Been kind of a crazy week, but we got some great news today. Today, I got the confirmation from the gentleman that was doing my DOT new entrance safety audit that we have passed our audit and we can move on. That is one anvil off of my back. I can stretch my legs and clear my head a little bit. That was something, it shouldn't have never been worrying me because I know I've got everything right, but it's one of them things when you're dealing with the government and the government starts digging into your paperwork and stuff, you just don't know how it will go because after all, you're dealing with a person. You get an auditor, and I dealt with that one person the whole time. I feel that I was really blessed because me and my auditor, we hit it off. And we pretty much struck up a good friendship. He said if I ever need anything to call him. And he went through it all, and everything turned out really great. I'm really proud of it and happy of it. But that just goes to show you your relationships, the way you talk to people, being nice and respectful can get you further than being belligerent. If you are ugly to people, they will be ugly to you, and you never know how the person that you're talking with can help you in the future. You don't want to burn any bridges if you don't have to. Now, there's some times I know where some people are just going to be bad apples, and the best thing to do in those situations is to leave them alone. Don't go around them. Find any way you can to keep from approaching them. And there are some that are kind of rotten, but if you watch them and you learn them, you can actually learn to deal with them. I've got people in my life that have been deemed unfriendly, to say the least, but a couple of them have really turned out to be a good benefit in the life. You know, I learned how to deal with them. I learned how to work around their attitudes. And me being one of the only people that can work around their attitudes, it helped me strike up a deal or two and prosper my business. A lot of people will disagree with me, I reckon, but your relationships and your personality can help your business more than just about anything, in my opinion. The only other thing I believe is more important than your personality and the way you treat people is your relationship with the good Lord. But that's what happened this week, is we passed our new entrant DOT safety audit. Now, I've been in business with my own DOT number for almost a full year. This month, on around the 20th, will be a full year of my own authority. And they waited right there to the deadline to get it done. But I'm glad. I mean, it gave me time to make sure I had everything in order, everything right. I'm glad that is behind us. Now, I had something kind of interesting happen to me. I almost got cleaned out this week. Yep, it was close. I had an alert come over my phone from my bank that there was a possible fraudulent charge on my main business account. Yeah, my heart dropped. But when I opened the attachment and looked at the amount, it was only $3.41. It was out of Ohio at a jewelry store. Now, there ain't no way on God's green earth I made that charge. So we had to cancel my card and get another card, which means I've got to go back through all my people and redo all my direct pay stuff. But that's okay. We can handle that. I'm just glad that they hit me for $3 and not $3,000, or $13,000. I mean, they could have got God knows how much out of there. That would have hurt. But my bank is really good. I have to knock on wood and give them big props, because they watch our accounts really closely. If I go into some states and start using my card, they will contact me and make sure that it is me. But it's the day we live in, with the electronic signing and electronic cards and electronic payments and billing. You just pretty much never know what's around the corner, or how you're going to get hacked, or how you're going to get attacked, because it's hard to protect your electronic information in today's world. Back in the day, everything was done pen and paper and hand to fist. You got paid or you knocked them in the jaw. But yeah, that happened Monday, I believe it was. I'm not sure where the breach happened, who gave my card information away. I have a feeling I know who did it, but I'm fixing to cut them out, and I'm not going to have to worry about that particular company anymore. And we'll go into that in a future video, some sort of way. But that's what I believe is going on, is there's one company out there that don't have their stuff together, and they got me hacked. And I can't prove it, so I can't come out and say it. But some of y'all might can figure it out, if those of you that watch my videos. Now, on the good side, y'all know I use Love's for my fuel and everything, which is only a 12-cent discount. But there's a $3,000 limit that they started us up with. I guess it's pretty much an industry standard, and they take it out every week. Well, this week I signed up with JB Hunt, and I'm trying to get my business going to where I can look through their apps and maybe get on some of their power only and stuff. I'm trying to get all these things situated, because I'm hoping to put on a third truck within a few months. I got some things working, and I'm hopeful before the end of the year we'll have truck number 3 on the road. But I'm trying to get JB Hunt, Schneider, and a few others where I can look at their freight and possibly haul some of their loads before I get a third, or at least when I have the third, I'll have more tools in my box. So with JB, they asked me if I wanted to do an EFS fuel card with them, and I guess I said I went ahead and signed up for it. So that gives us 2 different fuel cards, but with the EFS you do Pilot, Flying J, so that opens me up to Pilot, Flying J, and Love's. And the discount right now with EFS was 16 cents, but it's going to go back down to 12 cents I think next month. It's some kind of promotional offer or something other, I'm not sure. So it's good to have options. I'm not crazy about having all that plastic out there, but they'll have to be pretty sure that it's you charged it and nobody else did. The Snyder thing, I did get approved to haul Snyder freight as of today. I still have to sign up with Orange Box. Thanks to Vic Med, if you're out there listening, brother, I appreciate it. You've been telling me to sign up with Orange Box for a little while, and I just hadn't had time to get it done, but I've been working on it this week, and I can't wait to look at that Orange Box freight. So, yeah, if y'all haven't subscribed to Vic Med, y'all need to go over there and check out his videos, and he's got him a nice little trucking company over there, and he's real informative, and he's somebody I think y'all should go and listen to. But yeah, I'm hopeful that Orange Box might put me in a better position. But at the same time, I got some good news. I have a line on another direct shipper that would be a home daily job. So when I get that third truck on, I'm got to wait till I get that third truck and another trailer just to make sure that I can park a trailer there and it can be loaded and ready to roll. And, you know, as the business grows, they could possibly end up being one of our big revenue sources. It's a pretty large company, and they could run out quite a few loads, especially from that crew. Biggest problem I'm going to have there is their long-term pay. I mean, they do 90-day plus before you get a check. And I don't know if I'm into that, so I'm going to have to probably sign up for a factoring company just to factor those loads. Because, look, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be back $50,000 in the hole waiting on a check no more. That's stressful. I did that when I first started with this first direct shipper. There was a point where I had almost $40,000 I was waiting on, and the bank account was going down and down and down. And finally, I managed to get signed up with a direct deposit company, and instead of a net 30, they got me set up as immediate pay. I didn't even know that was an option until I talked to a very nice lady there again. Your attitude and the way you discuss things with people and you approach people can mean a world of difference. Because I had no idea that they could even set me up as a direct pay. And God bless her, she got me set up as an immediate pay, and I've got set up with my direct deposit company. So usually within 15, I've got my check in the bank. And man, that right there is enough to floor you. when you've been waiting on that money, and you get so much built up. I mean, like I say, I had almost $40,000 that I was waiting on, and when you got bills coming due, payroll, and I gained a few gray hairs, that's for sure. I don't want to go through that no more. So like I say, if I do work with this new direct shipper, I will definitely have to factor them or go through one of the other brokerages that would be willing to wait on their money. I'm just not willing to do that anymore, especially not no 90 plus days. That's just not even, that's so far above the industry standard. I mean, industry standard is 30 days, net 30. You know, whenever you sign the contracts, you'll see it in writing, net 30. So 30 days after you pull the load, you should be looking at your money if you're waiting on a check. And I'm just not willing to go above that anymore. Nope. But I wanted to touch base with y'all on something else. You know, there's this philosophy that I really believe in, and that's give me victory or give me death. I was listening to a guy today, and he kind of put it all out there, and you got to go all in. You know, just like they did whenever they would do an invasion on occasion. You've heard the song, burn the ships. You know, you sail to an enemy shore, you unload your armies and your equipment, and then you burn the boats. It's win or die. And that's kind of the way that I've operated since I started business way back with Snyder. When I started with Snyder, I had $20 in my pocket and a dream. And here it is, 4.5 years later, I'm still trucking, I'm still pushing. I've made a couple mistakes, but nothing real major yet. There's a few things that I would have done different, like number one, and Max, my single axle truck. I would have went ahead and got a tandem, because the tandem at least opens you up for heavier freight, and you can still do local freight heavy. But with a single axle, even though you have a direct shipper that does lightweight stuff, if things get slow, that truck can't really go anywhere else. It's got to stay on lightweight freight. So that's one of the things that I would have changed for sure. The other would be I would have signed up for a few more of the click and go apps earlier on in my DOT authority. I definitely am happy with a lot of the decisions I made. Like the decision to go to Schneider was a great decision. The decision to get a Cascadia from them was a good one. The decision to go to Advanced Trucking was one of the best, because they're great people and they really helped me learn and step up my game. One of the best decisions I made was to get my truck off of the lease and financed with my bank. Now that right there gave me a weekly raise and helped me really strengthen the business, because there was a time when things was not real strong. We were kind of weak in money. Our finances were on the edge. But hey, that's how you have to roll. I mean, there was a time right before I refinanced my truck where I didn't know if I was going to be able to pay a repair bill. Things were just that tight. I would have had to wait a few days for some payments to pass in order to be able to do a repair on my piece of equipment at the time. And, you know, Advanced Trucking were great. They helped me out more than I could possibly say, and I would recommend them to anybody. So go all in, man. Give it all you got, because if you're sitting still, you're not learning. If you're sitting there dreaming, you're not really learning about the game. Because before I started, I was sitting back and watching and listening and contemplating everything that these guys out there were saying about the business. But until I pulled the trigger and I got my own truck, I really didn't start learning. Once I got my own truck and I put myself in high gear, I started learning. And each step of the way, from company driver over to having the lease truck with Schneider, to working with Advanced Trucking, and then moving on to my own authority, each step of the way has been a learning curve. And then once I got my own authority, now we got a driver, and we've got multiple pieces of equipment, and going through the insurances and the compliances. There's so much to it, but if you take one thing at a time, one of the keys for me is to try not to take on 20 things at once. You pick one thing and you make it happen. You do another, you make it happen, while you keep sight of your goal. You got to have that long-term goal, and every step you make needs to be driving you towards that long-term goal. I'm still in kind of a holding pattern, because until I get the proper insurance that would allow me to grow, I can't really expand any more than what I have. About the only thing I can do is get a different truck, change out Max. I don't really want to get rid of Max, because he's going to be a yard truck one day instead of a road truck. But I never would have dreamed he'd have ran this long. We've been real lucky with old Max, knock on wood. But I have a line on the insurance company. The insurance company, the down payment is extreme, but they will allow me to put drivers on with 2 years of experience. They will allow me to add as many trucks as I can. And they actually can go under 2 years of experience. It just might increase the amount of the premium. They're a very versatile company, and that's who I'm going to go with. But I'm going to have to spend a little while to build up the down payment. All that will be coming in future videos. But I appreciate y'all listening. God bless, and I'll catch you on the next ride.